Steve Mignonti doing the junkyard crawl here in rural Vermont with a 1979 Volkswagen Rabbit L two-door hatch. Now, the Rabbit was built between 1975 and 1984 before being renamed Golf in 1985. Same basic car under the skin. With that said, this 1979 is the first year for square headlights. Before this time, in 1977, we had round headlights right here. 1978 actually was the last year for the round headlight. So there we have it there. And the earlier Golf, kind of a neat car, very utilitarian. And if you love model cars as much as I do, this is a 1/25th scale Volkswagen Rabbit from AMT, and it kind of gives it a look of how everything goes together. The Trans 4 under the hood, sideways. Chrysler had a similar deal with the K cars. Under the skin, we have the torsion bar rear suspension right there, independent sort of. And of course, front-wheel drive arrangement right here, which pretty much was standard equipment on compact cars in the 1970s and 80s, and even now, for that matter. And under the hood, we can't open that. There's going to be that Trans 4 in 1/1 scale. Diesel engines were possible in these cars, except for the Cabriolet, the convertible. The two-door and four-door hatches could be had with a diesel if you really wanted to pinch some miles and get 50 miles to the gallon if you're really nice to the car. And again, it's kind of a weird thing. The wheels on these things, stamped steel, although some versions of these did come with aluminum. This is not one of them. And again, these wheels have a lot of positive offset because of the width of the front-wheel drive equipment under the chassis. In order for it to steer and drive, you had to have a wide wheel. And something kind of weird on the base model, the L, this wind wing here does not open. The GL, which was a more expensive car, maybe by $50, did have opening hinged wind wings right here. Little detail. And also the optional side mirror on this side is not in place. There's little buttons right here that so crudely, little rubber plugs right there that block off where the holes were pierced on the skin for the optional rear view mirror on the passenger side. Kind of a strange little touch. And here's a look at one of these wheels right here. And again, an awful lot of positive offset right here. Where the rim comes out. Negative offset would be a hoop look like that. But again, positive offset where the rim is inboard, the spider is outboard. And inside this thing, we can see this one has the manual transmission. Automatics were certainly a possibility here. But if you really wanted to save fuel, you got the stick for sure. And no power steering. These are, light enough to where they didn't really need power steering, but buckets up front, a bench in the back. But the beauty is that bench seat does fold down. So when you open the hatchback, you had lots of room for, like, I wouldn't say a refrigerator, but pretty darn close. And these were available in 4-door and 2-doors, as we see here. Kind of a cool thing I liked about these cars is this sort of a plastic thing here that protects this area here from getting pitted by pebbles and stones and sand and getting under the paint. But that's factory stuff right there. It's kind of cool. Kind of gives the thing like a hockey player kind of a vibe. And here's the unleaded fuel only sticker here. And on the diesel cars, of course, the diesel would go in here, but not gasoline, but rather diesel. And like we saw on the front, this has aluminum bumpers front and rear with impact absorbing struts, if you will, in there to compress and return back to original shape within 24 hours. That was the mandate. So interesting stuff. But again, hatchback, ultimately the most utilitarian vehicle, most practical and functional you could buy then or now. And again, the independent rear suspension, kind of weird. The control arms, they go forward like that on each side. It's semi-independent and, good riding cars. And the GTI, which arrived a couple of years after this thing was built, the Volkswagen GTI was a pretty peppy little car, sort of a hot hatch, one of the first hot hatches, very popular with a 5-speed manual close ratio stick, often black with red. A GTI graphics, pretty cool cars, aluminum wheels on those things, and basically a mini supercar based on the two-door hatch that we have right here. But this is the basic car, the L with the non-functional vent windows here. And again, these were built between 1975 and 1984, becoming the Golf in 1985. So that's the story of this one here. And if you see anything on this car you might want to purchase, some of the stuff in this thing is still serviceable. You can reach out to Paul Crozier by email at paulcroziervt@gmail.com. And if you want to buy a piece or a part or anything like that from this car, well, you can reach out to Paul and email him and find out what it's worth. So thanks for watching this video, and we'll be back with more Junkyard Crawl tomorrow.